So I've kept, as I said, I've kept on getting these little prompts from a higher order, evidently from a higher order, but then a lot of this stuff can be orchestrated. And I think that it may be a trap, you know, essentially because, if I go to Seattle and I just say, hey, I'm going to be at such and such a place, for example, on such and such a day, I'm going to hang out for 30 minutes, to allow for delaying tactics and things like this, or an hour, we'll say, to allow for delaying tactics and so on that, prevent a person making contact with you. I think, doctor, I think, I always found you very exciting to be with, you know, and it's not like you and I, we wouldn't be attracted to one another ordinarily, it's just that what I think it was is I think they had something against your family, and I think they knew about your astrological chart, and they correlated it with mine, and they said, well, here's this possibility. They have something, against your family, and they want to hurt your family through you, so they programmed you at some point to kind of be sort of pre-bonded with me, so to speak, because I remember the first time that I saw you, you were almost frantic, and the thing it was, I mean, I was on leave, and I'd been programmed to just disregard any kind of long distance relationship or any kind of thing like that, and as not being at all viable, and they didn't want anybody to have a hold on me, so and to degrade the programming, so that's what was going on. And because I was still in the Marine Corps at that time, just at the tail end of my enlistment, and they wanted me to re-enlist, of course. So I walked out of there, I walked out of there. Then I ran into you again, in at Lane Community College, so. But somehow they have connections. Somehow they have connections to you. This is what they're leading me to believe. I don't know. Yeah, they're interested in breeding me with you, you know. I think they're interested in our grandchildren. You know, they're just leading me to believe that the whole thing we'd be treading into some real dark territory. I don't know what a lot of this probably is psychic previsioning. It's prescience, but it's just like I don't know. Maybe I don't want to be around the people that supposedly are associated with you. I mean, I would get real, well, I'd get real mean, you know? I'd get real damn mean. It's like, no matter what I do, no matter what I do, I have to sort of delay my own enlightenment, so to speak, in order to minister to the sick, you know? And everybody around me I see is in some sense sick, you know? Sicker than me, that's for sure. I don't know, you know? I don't know. Then I got this thing inside my guts, you know? They won't take it out, and I'll never get an MRI. And they'll say, well, you know, they can control me that way. They can entirely control me that way. They could just operate the radio frequency governed valve to release the just more of this substance that is degrading my bones right now and joints. I've experienced this weird frying effect, like at the periphery of my brain. It's what it feels like anyway. Is something happening? Is something bad happening? Yes, I'm certain. You don't have any kind of sensations like this without there actually being something affected. So I don't know. I guess I restrain you in some ways, keep you from doing some things that'll cause you to incur some real bad karma. We do become very rich, and you through your association with me, we become famous and rich. You know, very rich. Hmm. But yeah, as I said, I mean, you know, I'm going to be regarded as a gold digger, even though behind the scenes I'm doing all this stuff. You know, it's all just. See, I don't know if all this is just illusion, and all this is actually, yeah, it's somehow defamatory. It's defamatory of you. I mean, I've talked about you and I in some prior association back in the 1940s in Europe. How you were a SS officer and I was some Polish Jew girl. You know, I think that's what it was. I think they just I don't know. Did they just program me to have this dream? You know, this very vivid dream. I think it just unfolds these layers, you know, of exposes the soul energy, you know, for viewing. As near as I can tell, that's what it does. So I don't know. It's all an illusion. It's I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Yeah, I can't take much more of this. I can't take much more of this. In any case. Oh, so I won't go and take a chance, huh? I won't just go and take a chance, huh? You know? Would you just This is so bad. This is so bad. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. The lesson here, folks, I mean, no, nobody's seen this. Nobody's seen this. No one real, anyway. Oh, a handful, were to be taken to some form of destruction. If they gang up on you, I mean, you can't be isolated. They program, yeah. My teeth hurt. My teeth hurt. That's a new thing. It's a relatively new development. Searing pain. Searing pain. I wonder if I have implants, or they're self-formed nanomachines. You think this is fake news? You think this is fake news? Like, you think everything is corroborated by some stupid shit on Google? You don't understand that the world runs on rumors? It's nothing but a big stupid rumor mill. Okay, all these different interests. Of course they lie. People lie all the damn time. What? But this is something that honest people, and most people are honest, they can't fathom. You know, they just can't fathom. These low-level players, just want to live an honest life. Just want to, honest day's work for an honest day's pay. You can't understand these people. These people are sociopaths. Okay, 1 in 25 people is supposedly a sociopath. You need to read up on these people. You need to read up on sociopaths and serial killers, and it's all just so completely mind blowing. That's who these people are. I don't know. Yeah. If I go farther north than where I'm at, then I know what'll happen, and then they will. I guess I could live out in the country. They will not let me. No one will ever read my books. They'll prevent that. They'll sabotage every business that I try to construct. Even though I have all these great ideas, even though I've invented things, they wouldn't let me be, they wouldn't let me be, make millions of dollars with a military contract for my quick switch coupler, or speed switch as we were calling them. They wouldn't let me, even, right, make even much more money with from selling that to civilians, you know. It's just a paper clip for rifle magazines, whereas before you had a staple. This is what happens. This is what happens. Don't join the military, especially don't join the Marine Corps. If you're psychic, don't fucking do that. Also, right? If you know your kid is psychic, you protect them. Okay, they need to sleep in a Faraday cage. They need to sleep in a Faraday cage. You need to measure like the EMF levels in there. Make sure there's nothing. You know, people need to be. People need to look after each other. Okay, we're all under mind control. You know, this is so terrible. And most people don't have the pattern recognition, the basic intelligence, to recognize that. You need to read my book, Eugenics, Sports, and Fire Years. I talk about all this stuff in detail, all kinds of stuff. It's just a wild ride. A madman goes to Seattle. Oh, something is engineered. It's part of a cover-up. Oh, they don't manage to kill him. Oh yes, but they do lock him up. And additional insults are added to the prior injuries. Then he gets out. Oh, and there's a Skype. There's that Skype conversation with the doctor. And you say, why you say, you're really hurt. You're really hurt. Oh, you led us to believe this, Gabe, and you led us to believe that. And Gabe, we don't know if you're actually transgender, and you need to see a therapist. And then if I was transgender, I would not want you to be with me. I would not want you to be with me. I don't know the actual. Oh, I guess. Do I know the actual situation? I'm sorry about this. I'm just a pawn. I'm just a pawn. I'm sorry about this. I'm really sorry about this. I just needed a stable environment, and I need to a stable environment. Just meaning like a house. That being able to sleep in a room that is shielded and have that shielding grounded, and that's an easy thing to do. It's an easy thing to do. You know, maybe a closed circuit security camera system, because the stuff that goes online, that's hackable. Ran into that problem before. Just a couple of cameras covering entrances. That's all. If there was an unauthorized entry, I mean, you could show that to the police, and I don't know, they could surveil the place, and you wouldn't have to get involved necessarily. I don't know. I'm just so tired. So this video equals death, but you should. No one's going to know about this. It's not going anywhere. And you say, you'll say to yourself, and this is how you think, they're leading me to believe, I don't know. I can recover from anything, I can. I can. They're leading me to believe. Now, you don't have that kind of faith because evidently, I mean, things were done to your ancestors and, just too many things, too many horrible things. And so you know all too well about all this. You even studied this stuff, didn't you? Same old story, ultimately. At least I'll invent that magnet motor, but it doesn't nobody gets to doesn't become mass produced for 100 years or whatever, 50 years or then I there's no way I'm living to be 90. Now I don't. What could I do? What could I do? It's so basic. It's just how can you overcome that? How can you overcome that? So awful. So awful. It just fits in with their narrative. It is they're doing this for eugenics purposes. They don't want to have to deal with anybody who has these troublesome gene sets that I have. I'm some kind of mutant. It's like the X-Men. Oh man. If you see me, whoever you are out there, I want you to give me some money. I don't think you can do this online. It's hacked. Those GoFundMe pages are hacked, I think. I suppose you could wire me money. I suppose you could wire me money. Then I don't have. They made sure I don't have a valid ID. I've got a copy. I've got a photographic copy printed out of my driver's license. That's it. That will not suffice. I hate to. I hate this. I hate this. What's happening to me is so major. I could. Do you think you could? I'm asking my subscribers. I'm asking anybody. Anybody. They led me to believe that Alex Jones knows about the situation. This is an interesting story. It is an interesting story. It's a very human story. This is what's happened to me could happen to other people. You know, it's the time for this. It's the time to examine this kind of thing. Clock ticks. We end up living someplace further out, someplace along the Sound. I don't know, on maybe not an island. I don't know. I think we got some investments and some, but I guess, yeah, it was because of my influence that limited the nonstop aggrandizement, because I thought some of the stuff was immoral, you know, and you're sort of cross with me about that. Our daughters are out there, and I guess they're doing pretty well, doing okay, doing okay. I don't know. I don't make. I never get a chance to make that magnet motor. I mean, a really, really damned powerful one that actually generates electricity, not just turns a spindle. Oh, that's impossible. Oh, I was told this in school. Fuck you. You don't know anything. You're stupid. You paid somebody to lie to you. You fuckhead. Just like everybody else. And those of you, I mean, in Good with the Money, God, you figured out some kind of way to make money, a way or two. You got, and you're doing that. You're applying it. And your bank accounts are well and healthy. Well, you imagine you're so smart, huh? Yeah, just because you know how to make money. Yeah, your kind's a dime a dozen. And you'd never advantage yourself by an association with somebody like me, would you? No, no, never. And let me just give away more information for free. Let me just keep doing that. Let me give these little leads, that like 1 in 1,000,000 people will recognize as having some genuine substance. Let me do that. Let me just keep doing that. That's what they want. That's what they want. Keep me right where I'm at. A voice in the wilderness, crying out. No more. No more.